Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Darian and today I'm going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag. This tag is pretty self-explanatory. It's for new booktubers. I heard this is a really good tag to do when you're just starting out, so I decided to do it today. So let's just get started. The first question is, why did you start this channel? So I've been thinking of starting a booktube channel basically since I started watching booktube, which was almost a year ago, and I just never really got around to doing it, mostly because I just kept thinking, like, who's gonna watch me? What's the point? Why would I think that I could do this? You know, a lot of like self-deprecating stuff. But then, especially since we've been spending so much time inside, I've just been thinking, like, why not? Like, it's something I've been wanting to do for a really long time. I love talking about books, and this is gonna give me the outlet to talk about books as much as I want. So I just figured it doesn't even matter if anyone's watching or not. I'm just gonna do it for fun, and it gives me a way to be creative during everything that's going on. So I just kind of decided to start it, and yeah, that's that. So the next question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to booktube? And honestly, I don't really like this question because I don't know yet. I don't really have a plan for every video I'm going to make. I'm going to start with a lot of the usual videos you see on booktube, so I'll do some wrap-ups. I'm hoping to do some vlogs eventually, maybe some TBRs, except I don't usually plan out what I'm gonna read in advance, so we'll see about that. But hopefully along the way, once I kind of find my rhythm with this channel, I can think of creative things to do, maybe think of some videos that I haven't seen before. I'm really inspired by Kayla from Books and Lala. She's so creative with her videos. I love her. And I'd love to eventually do some secret TBRs like she does and try to think of fun challenges and stuff like that. But for now, I really don't know what my plan is. I'm just gonna see how it goes with every video, and yeah, that's basically it. So the next question is, what are you most excited about with this new channel? And honestly, I'm just excited to be doing this. Like, the last video I made, I had so much fun just sitting down and filming and then editing it. Like, I'm just really excited. I also made a Twitter and a Bookstagram, and I'm excited to keep those going. Yeah, I'm just really excited to continue with this new project and see where it takes me, and yeah, excuse me, just everything that comes with it. So yes. So the next question is, why do you love reading? And this video would be hours and hours long if I just really delved into that, but there's just something about like sitting down with a book and just getting lost in this world, especially now. Like, I've been reading more than ever since staying at home so much lately. I know a lot of people have been struggling with reading, and I'm so sorry to hear that, because for me, I've been getting lost in books, and that's how I've been dealing with my stress during this time. And I just find it so therapeutic to just be in another world. I usually watch a lot of movies and TV shows, and I find I haven't been able to pay attention to movies and stuff lately. Like, what's really been holding my attention is reading and books and, you know, all that stuff. So I just love, yeah, I don't really know how to describe it really. Like, I just love it. I love it a lot, and it gives me comfort, and it helps my stress, and yeah, that's why I love reading. So the next question is, what book or series got you into reading? And I honestly don't remember. Like I kind of mentioned in my last video, I've been reading for as long as I can remember, basically. Like, when I was in elementary school, I would read. I would wake up early before school to read. So I don't remember what started it all. I do remember in elementary school, I think the first series I ever really fell in love with was this series called Molly Moon and something or other. I really don't remember, but it was about this little girl who learns how to hypnotize people, and I was so obsessed with that series. I think I was around 10 when I read it. I loved that series. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, let me know, because I haven't heard many people talk about that series, and none of my friends read it when I read it. But anyways, so that one was probably the first series that I ever really loved and fell in love with. And soon after that was the Percy Jackson series. That series holds such a special place in my heart. I loved that series so much. When I read them when I was around 12, I remember walking to school and trying to walk while reading, which, you know, doesn't work very well, and I would not recommend that, but like that's how invested I was in that series. Like, I binge read those books. I actually haven't reread them since then, so that would be something interesting to do. But yeah, so those series really got me in. Another book, a standalone book I remember loving in elementary school, was this book called Flipped. I still have it somewhere, but my copy is so worn out because I think I reread that like over and over again in elementary school. I love that book. So yeah, so those were the first books that I really loved. So the next question is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? And I have so many. Mostly I have a lot of technical questions, like I'd love to know what cameras people think are the best to use to film, or what editing software they use, what they use to edit their thumbnails. I really want to improve my skills in filming and editing and in my thumbnails. I really don't know how to make a thumbnail really, so I'd love to make my videos aesthetically pleasing and my thumbnails aesthetically pleasing. So I'd love to know that stuff, and just some questions like how do you get over a reading slump? How do you deal with negative comments? How long did it take you to feel like you fit in the booktube world? Like, I have so many questions. I'm sure there's some I'm forgetting, but I'd love to have a talk with like a big booktuber and just like chat about their journey on booktube, and you know, how they got to where they are and what they love the most about booktube and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I have a lot to learn, and I'm excited to hopefully talk to different people and learn what I can from them. Yeah. The next question is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? And I'm not sure yet, honestly. I think the biggest challenge probably would be just keeping this up. I get discouraged very easily, so I'm sure after making a few videos, like, there's no way my channel is gonna grow super fast. But knowing me, like, I'll make a few videos and see that I don't have like 1,000 subscribers yet, and then get discouraged that nobody likes my videos. So honestly, like, I'm gonna be the biggest challenge, because I just need to let all that go and just enjoy the process and see where it goes instead of putting all this pressure on myself. Yeah, so myself really is the biggest challenge, but I'm sure I can do it. The next question is, when did you start reading? So I kind of already answered this. I started reading really young. I don't remember the exact age or anything, but I definitely really started getting into books in elementary school, so probably when I was around 6 or 7. Yeah. The next question is, where do you read? I don't really have a specific reading spot. I usually read, I like to sit or lie down when I read. I guess those are the only options. People don't really stand when they read. But anyways, so I like to read in bed. I like to read on my couch in the living room. Yeah, there's no specific spot. I can read. When I was taking the train to go to school, obviously that's not happening right now, but I would listen to audiobooks. That's where I read audiobooks. But in terms of physical books, yeah, in my bed, on the couch. Sometimes I would read at school between classes, so yeah, nothing special. And the last question is, what kind of books do you like to read? And I like reading a lot of different genres. I don't think I have a favorite genre. how do you say that? Genre. Genre. Whatever. I don't have a favorite genre. Wow. Yeah, I don't really have a favorite genre type of book. I don't really have a favorite type of book. If I had to pick one, it would probably be fantasy. But again, like, I love contemporary, I love romance, I love fantasy. I've started getting into graphic novels recently and I really like those. So there's not that much that I don't like to read. I would say the main thing that I stay away from is horror. I'm not a big horror person. I get squeamish very easily. So there's some, even like adult fantasy books, there's some parts in those books that I have trouble reading, but yeah, horror definitely not. But everything else pretty much I like. I don't love adult romance, it really depends. Fantasy, I love. Contemporaries, I usually love. Yeah, so I'd say those are my favorite books to read. Right now I'm reading a sci-fi book and I'm really enjoying it, so I'm really open to any books. I have so many books on my shelves that are just from all sorts of different genres. So yeah, that's it. So those are all the questions. I hope you guys liked this video and maybe feel like you got to know me a bit better. If you haven't yet, I did post my first video the other day, which you can watch on my channel. I'll try to link it down below or do that thing where you put it up in the cards. But I don't know how to do that, so but it's easy to find, so if you want to check that out you can. And if anyone's watching, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, leave a comment, subscribe, like, do all those fun things, and I will see you soon, hopefully, with another video. Bye guys!